and the team should know where you are going. One of the most painful things you would ever experience as a team member is to be in a team where the leader has no clue where he's taking the people to. The leader of the team must know the people in the team so that it influences the way you relate with them. I'm not saying this is easy. It's not easy. We are human beings. Let's face it. But you master it over time. Be clear about how your team works. Team members need clarity about who does what and how is it done. I want to give you 4 critical elements for building and sustaining real teams. And then we can open the floor for discussion. Number 1, if we're going to build teams that will last, define the future for them. Define the future for the teams. Number 2, be clear about how your team works. And all these have been scientifically proven, so they are not just theory. Number 3, your team members are individuals too. Know them as individuals too. They are human beings, as I've mentioned. And then finally, you need to also manage through your daily work as a manager and as a leader. So let me walk you through each of them very briefly, and then we can look at it. So define the future. What do we mean by here? You and the team should know where you are going. One of the most painful things you would ever experience as a team member is to be in a team where the leader has no clue where he's taking the people to. That would be very, very frustrating. So the leader must be absolutely clear, without any ambiguity. Where are we going? The chainsaw, how do you call it? The megas, huh? The megas must be, the leader must tell the holder of the megas, this is the tree we are going to cut. You cannot lead people without knowing exactly where you are taking them to. So be clear. Very, very important. Define the future for them, and then define and communicate the future you want and the steps that will take them there. Strategy. How are we getting there? That is key. And then number 3, pursue a clear purpose and related goals. So every department, everybody in the organization, every member of the team must understand what is their little bit of the goal that you want them to achieve, or the vision that you want them to achieve. It must be so clear, because you are going to have to embed in it that concept called monitoring and evaluation. You cannot monitor that which you don't have clarity about. Very, very important. Now, number 2, be clear about how your team works. Team members need clarity about who does what and how is it done. Team members need to know that. When you're able to build these little blocks in the team, it makes it easier for people to know exactly how the team formation is done. So clarity is key in terms of purpose, in terms of who does what and where we are going. Very, very important. Yeah? And then number 3, see your team members as individuals. Okay? For all the emphasis on creating team, you cannot ignore the individual involved. And I'll show you this. Look at this. Look at this diagram. Now, those of you who like to read, you must, if you read John Adder. Now, John Adder in his book talk about the 3 needs of overlapping needs of individuals in a team. Now, look at this diagram very well. Let me go here just to explain to you. You see, so let's say this is the Ministry for Labor and Skill, the yellow diagram. Now, within the Ministry of Labor and Skills Development, you can have skills development, you can have job creation, you can have whatever in different teams, headed by different team leaders or ministers and what have you. But within each team, the team is made up of individuals. Now, those individuals also have needs. Listen, gentlemen, what affects the individual? Let's say Abraham. If Abraham is a member of, let's say, a job creation team, and Abraham, something happens to Abraham, and Abraham is not able to perform the way it's expected of him, it will affect the performance of the team. Is that right? And when the performance of the team is affected, it affects the entire ministry. So the leader must understand that these needs overlap. And when the leader is oblivious of these needs, it makes work or being a member of that team very, very difficult. And that is why the leader must see everybody as a human being who also has a need. And that need to be addressed. Very, very important. So it goes back to the chainsaw or the megas. See every part of the megas as a human being, and we'll work together as a team to change things. Very, very important. Okay? Now, I'm sure most of you have seen the Maslow hierarchy of needs, Abraham Maslow. Now, we are all on different levels in the team. Some are at the physiological level, some are maybe at the safety level, some may be at the esteem level or social level, and what have you. The leader of the team must know the people in the team so that it influences the way you relate with them. There are some team members, if they are happy, they behave differently. The team leader must know them. And if you do that, you are going to be I'm not saying this is easy. It's not easy. We are human beings. Let's face it. But you master it over time. It doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy. Now, if we're doing a session with a smaller group of number, we'll get out there and do some exercises. Then you understand some of these things that we are talking about here. Okay? Very, very key.